Hey guys, so today's video is a bridal makeup tutorial and this is the very first time I'm doing something like this on my channel, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed and give this video a giant like because it makes my heart happy. Today's video is actually incorporating the Lorac Pro for the very first time. I haven't used this palette yet, so super exciting. I'm actually giving 2 of these away. I ordered them on Ulta and I was like, I can't just buy one for me. I need to buy it for like everybody. So I bought 3 and I'm giving them away on my Twitter and on my Instagram. I'll make sure to link those posts down below so you can go ahead and find them immediately. Don't be shy. Leave a comment below. I can't wait to chat with you. So, okay, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is apply the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. Yes, I said shave balm. Basically, if you haven't been I almost dropped that. If you haven't been watching YouTube videos, Nikki Tutorials on here actually mentioned this one time. It was like her boyfriend's shaving balm and she decided to try it because one of the main ingredients is similar to that of like primers that like she loves. So she tried it, she said it works really great, and then it took the YouTube world by storm. So since then, the whole entire YouTube community has been using I almost dropped it again. The men's shave balm as a primer. Since this does not have any SPF, to throw this on as a moisturizer. The reason why you want to avoid SPF, at least for your wedding day, is because SPF tends to give you a flashback. I mean, obviously SPF is super duper important, but you really want to be cautious, especially on your wedding day, because you want to look good in pictures. So this is a really good moisturizer. I'm just going to take a nice kind of dollop, just apply that all over my face with my fingers, make sure your hands are clean. So I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Dip Brow in Soft Brown. This is basically kind of like a gel formula, and what you do is you apply this onto your brows and it will kind of make them look a little thicker. Make sure you get a really thin brush, something that is super tiny. This is the Sedona Lace 561, but you also want a spoolie, something like this. You can even take like an old mascara wand that like, you know, has dried up and like just wash it under the sink, so you can just brush through your brows. And I'm going to start off by kind of creating a really nice light-handed line on the bottom of my eyebrow. What you're trying to do is really make sure you capture kind of that angle. Once you've done that, you can actually go up to the top part and just using small strokes kind of fill in as if you're creating little brow hairs. When it comes to the inner part of my eyebrow, fill in the bottom and kind of just press and kind of flick it upwards. Now once you've filled in your eyebrows, you're going to go in and use a concealer to kind of clean them up. I'm going to be using a cream concealer. This is the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette. You can get these individually in your right shade, but I'm going to just take this on a concealer brush and just clean up my brows. Honestly, just go as close to the like hairs as you can, make it as straight as possible, and then you can always blend it in. And if you do make a mistake, if you're not, you can always go back in with your pomade and fix it up. So I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, but to prime my eyes, you don't necessarily need an actual primer. I'm going to take my concealer. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm going to apply a little dab of this onto my eyelids and then set it with powder, and then you're pretty much good to go. Then I'm going to go in with the Benefit Gimme Brow, which is basically a brow mascara. I personally have brow hairs that like to do a thing of their own, so for me it's super essential to make sure that I coat them with like a brow mascara to make sure the hairs don't stick out randomly, especially in pictures, because it is so brutal when the picture is perfect except that one brow hair is just like sticking out being like, hey, don't forget me! This is the Lorac Pro 3 palette. Go in with the color Cool Taupe, which is right here, and I'm going to use this on a nice blending brush. I'm actually taking the Sigma tapered blending brush, the E35, and I'm going to go in kind of windshield wiper motions, going back and forth. And the thing is, you want to start off with a really light hand. You are trying to create a shadow, not much of a really dark crease. So when you start, you're going to apply a little bit, going to go back and forth. But the thing is, you want this to kind of deepen up a little bit. You want it to look like a shadow. And the way that you achieve that effect is, number one, after you apply it back and forth, going windshield wiper motions, look down and do your best to look as far down as possible, and that will make your eye kind of bulge out. That's a weird way to say it, but it's true. Your eyeball will stick out, and when you're blending, you can just like really press into there and it will create a nice kind of darker crease closer to that socket. Take the product, the eyeshadow, and apply it onto the side of the brush. And what you're going to do is just take the eyeshadow brush and hold it upside down, so you're going to angle it downwards, and you're going to just blend eyeshadow downward like this. Because it's tapered, shorter bristles on the very edge and then longer bristles in the middle, it kind of does the blending for you. Now I'm going to take the dark brown color. I'm going to take this on a pencil brush, something that is really tiny, and just take the smallest amount. Now the key to this is to just pat the product in where you want it. So I'm going to use it only on the outer corner, and I'm just going to pat it in there, and this way it just kind of creates the darkness. And then I'm going to go in with a blending brush to further blend it out. And I'm actually going to be taking that same exact brush I was using before, just because it does have subtle residue of that color that we were using before, and so it'll help blend and make the blending process a lot easier. So now I'm going to go ahead and use a nice cream product. Honestly, you could use whatever you want. I use the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. You can use whatever it is that you have, anything that is cream. You can even use a concealer technically. But the reason why I do this is because I want this color to be even more pigmented than the rest. I want it to shine, I want it to make a statement, and so when you put a cream product and then put a powder on top, it becomes a little bit more vibrant. And then I'm going to take Urban Decay's Sin, which is a beautiful iridescent kind of light champagne pink, and apply that all over the center of the eye and the inner corner. But we're mostly focusing this shadow on the inner corner, and then we're going to go in and blend outwards so that it reaches that dark area. But once it reaches that dark area, go back in with that blending brush and blend that dark area towards the middle. Now for eyeliner, I'm going to go in with Tarte's Tartiest Clay Liner, and I'm going to use an angled brush and just do my best to line the upper lash line. And the reason why we're doing that is just to make our lashes look thicker later on when we're applying fake eyelashes also, just so that it kind of blends in better. Take Jet Black from the palette that we were using, and I'm going to just take my angled brush and set the eyeliner. That's not only going to make the eyeliner definitely matte, but it's also going to make sure that the eyeliner does not smooth. I want to say move or smudge at the same time, and it just ended up being smooth. Wondering how the kind of smudging is going to work? You would take like a small brush like this, tap it into the black, tap off all excess, just try it on the back of your hand, see how it goes. Now it's going to create like a nice shadowy effect. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and curl our lashes. Okay, so my key is just to like look straight and not at the thing, because when you're looking at this, you're like blinking like crazy. So look straight into the mirror and look straight at like, you know, the wall, and then just get as close to your lashes as possible and just like pump. Pump, 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 pump. Now I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I recommend waterproof if it's your wedding day. I personally just don't like taking off waterproof mascara, so I'm going to pretend I'm putting on waterproof mascara, but you actually put on waterproof mascara. So I'm just going to coat my lashes to make sure that they're fully coated, but remember you're also going to be applying some false lashes. Now we're going to go ahead and color correct the face, so I'm going to be using this NYX Color Correcting Concealer Palette, and I am going to just go in and fix my imperfections with a little bit of color. Basically, a lot of people don't do this, but it'll make you need less foundation in the long run. But I'm going to focus with the peach color underneath my eyes, where I tend to have a little bit of blue tones, just to cancel that out before I actually apply concealer and all that fun stuff. The green is going to help with redness, so wherever you have big pimples or any just kind of discoloration that is kind of reddish in color, use green. The purple is going to help brighten dull areas, so for me personally, I have around my mouth. It's a little bit kind of... So your goal with the color correcting wasn't completely to like vanish everything, it was just to add a little bit of color that'll help kind of correct it once you apply concealer and foundation and all that fun stuff. So for foundation, you really want to make sure you stick to something that is long lasting, something that does not have SPF, and something that you have tested before. So I'm actually going to take the Tarte Flawless Primer, and I'm going to mix this with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. Basically, the way that this foundation works is that it's your pigment, your color, but it doesn't have a base, which is what they normally do in like the science side of makeup, and they make it and put it in a bottle for you. So this is just a color. You got to mix it with a base. So you could use a dewy primer, a matte primer, an oil-free primer, whatever kind of primer you want. And if you mix it with this foundation will automatically become that finish. And then I like to go in with a sponge and just press into the skin. And I do realize that the foundation initially that I used is a couple shades too light for me. I ran out of the one that actually is my color. This is N25 and I'm usually like N35 or something like that. So we made it work. Now I'm going to apply fake eyelashes from House of Lashes, the Boudoir lashes. I really like these because they're not really that long on the side, and I just think they look really nice when you have smudged eyeliner on the edges. So for highlighting, my go-to is my MAC Prep and Prime. This one is in Light Boost because that works best for my skin tone. So I'm using this, and I'm actually going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer with that. And then for contouring, I'm actually going to do a little bit of contour using the Pure Cameo Contour. This is kind of a dual-ended contour foundation. So I'm going to take the foundation color and just contour. And in order to help kind of blend it together, I'm actually going to use MAC Fix Plus. So. Now for the lower lashes, I'm going to go in with a pencil. This is the Urban Decay Underground Pencil. And the reason why I'm doing this is because this is going to be like waterproof and kind of just help so that if you do get tears or your eyes start watering, your eyeliner will stay on the bottom. Now I'm going to go in with the Drama Liquid Pencil from Lancome in Brulee. This is a dark brown. I'm going to apply this as kind of a topper onto the eyeliner on the bottom. This pencil, I'm telling you, literally after it sets, you can do whatever you want, and there is absolutely no way you're getting this off. Absolutely no way. So now that I've done that, I'm going to actually go in with the Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. Again, use waterproof. I just really hate waterproof mascara when I have to take off my makeup, so I'm not going to do it. But I'm going to look down and just coat those lashes. So now I'm going to go ahead and highlight. That is such an important step that I feel a lot of people kind of don't really understand why you would go in and add more glow. But the thing is, whenever you're going to an important event or something like that, what you want to do is make sure that you control where you're getting oily, where you're getting shiny, and that kind of stuff. So we've been using a bunch of mattifying products, oil controlling products, to make sure that our makeup kind of stays and is set. Now that we've done that, we still want it to look like normal skin, kind of like there's a glow, that this is your natural doll-like perfection, you know? So that's why we're going in with a kind of highlight. So I'm going to be going in with Becca Opal liquid highlight, and I'm going to apply that with my fingers onto the tops of my cheekbones, and then go in with, I first went in with a Becca Opal highlight, but then I kind of didn't really like it and used the Anastasia color, and the one I actually used on the nose was Sunburst, and then on my cheeks I actually went back in and used Dripping in Gold. But my package actually broke while I was filming, which was super disappointing, but I've had issues with it this entire time. So now that I've done this, I'm actually going to go in with the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. You guys know, love it. And I'm going to spray my face with this. Gonna let it dry a little bit, get tacky, and then I'm just gonna press in. Now I'm gonna take the ColourPop Midi Lip Color, and I'm gonna apply that on the lips. It's totally up to you what you want to use. I'm gonna use like a light baby pink just because I feel like, I don't know, that's what like people on their weddings use, right? Go ahead and apply this. You could use a lip liner if you want. I personally don't do that when I use my liquid lips. So I'm going to apply this and kind of follow my lip line. After applying the lip color, I actually went ahead and applied the NYX Glam lip gloss in VIP because I thought the lip gloss just made it like a little bit more complete. Now to finish off the look, I'm going to just take my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray because this thing makes my makeup last all day. So let's hit them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.